小小狗baby. Can you sit? Good boy. Can I have a paw? Can I have a paw? Give me a paw. Give me a paw. Good boy. Here we go. Lay on, baby. Yeah? You want down? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Last year, pet food reached $75 billion globally, and that's expected to hit $100 billion by the end of the decade, growing about maybe 5% annually. Interesting when you look behind that, because there's some interesting stats happening. Now, the consumers today are really aware of natural food products and things like that, and there's all kinds of stats out there that show that, like, say, 50% of people believe, and pet owners believe, that natural products are better for their pet. Purdue University did a study here in the U.S. that just over 50% of pet owners believe they have an obligation to give their pet the very best quality.
Water. Give it a nice little mix. They're basically looking at their own food intake and what they're buying for themselves, and they're now using that same philosophy on their pets, cat or dog. So we're going with the raw food, we're going air-dried raw, we're going limited ingredient, we're going with something that you can eat yourself. If it's good for yourself, it's going to be good for your pet.
Can you sit? Okay. Good boy.
I find it really important to feed my dog what I would eat. I have food allergies, and so I don't eat soy or gluten, and I don't want my dog eating that either. So, I mean, he's my best friend. He's my service dog. I take great pride in him, and I want him to live forever.
Lucy, do you like this one? Lucy? Lucy?
Millennials, for example, are bigger than the baby boomer segment, and no matter where you look in the world, it's pretty much the same ratio. I'll take, for example, the U.S. market. There are 86 million pet ownership households, okay? Millennials are 35% of that, so it's a pretty big number. Same ratio no matter where you look around the world, and that's driving a lot of factors today in pet food. Why? Because millennials, 70% of millennials prefer to buy natural food products. And if you look at that compared to, say, baby boomers, they're more comfortable, boomers are more comfortable with what they view as mass-produced foods. So millennials now are shifting what's happening, and that's not a surprise, because if you look at the food segment today, 58% of pet food is natural food. Of that, about 40% are grain-free products, and of that, look at that limited ingredient diet segment, a little more mature, but it's still growing at 6% annually.
Whatever we have.
The millennials in particular, we're noticing that they're just more knowledgeable. With social media, with the world at their fingertips, so much is going around on Instagram and Facebook about nutrition, the importance of good food. And millennials, when they come in, they just don't seem to mind the price point. And we've got foods here from every price point. No corn, no wheat, no byproduct.
About 3 years ago, my cat Desi had passed away from kidney failure, and that's mostly due to her diet her whole life, that I wasn't aware that she was eating corn in a lot of her cat food, and it's actually very poisonous and is very common to cause renal failure in cats. So my new cat now, Pickle, I keep her on an all healthy, like grain-free, GMO-free diet because it's much better for her. It's protein-based, and it's going to keep her healthier longer.
Hello, Trunker. Mary, are you going to say hi? Trunker's a little snarky. So pretty.